art historians have said and continue to say to include me in a kind of minor category of land art, walking, once known in one of these coffee table books as the ramble, which is a sort of derogatory small time, really a much lesser form of life than a grand earthwork in the Mojave Desert. For myself, I personally don't want any association with outdoor sculpture or land art for at least two reasons. One is that when the artist goes out into the landscape, then they manipulate the landscape, they alter the particles and substances of the landscape. That's one thing that I don't want to do, and philosophically I don't want to be drawn into this way of working, because mine is the direct opposite. The second point is that sometimes materials are taken from the environment, put into a truck and carried into a city, made into an artwork in an exhibition, and then sold. So now nature is being sold. In 2012, I was invited by Alexia Tala from Santiago to make a project in the Atacama area of northern Chile, and then I went up and down Yorcancal, a small volcano, 7 times, deliberately using the number 7, and then I made other walks in the other remaining 7 days. The choosing of 7 is really to do with a sort of Marcel Duchamp, French conceptual artist, who had the idea of there are ready-made, something already made, so then you deliberately choose something which is already existing, like in my case the number 7. The idea, the intention this time is to walk up and down 7 hills or 7 volcanoes. Some are volcanoes, some are hills, with the expert guide Gaston, with an experience, and from the experience, from the walking experience, then is the result, which is the art. So I think that these are 2 entirely separate kind of concerns. One, the walk, and then the other, art. Walking and art, they're not necessarily joined up. I'm the one who's joining the 2 together. Hopefully says something about nature, about emphasizing nature. I think that nature, concern for nature at this time, 2016, it's of the greatest importance for the entire world, and I think pretty much everything is kind of coming from that. I would just hope that people looking would say, oh well, this artist chose to make these walks, so that was his priority, and that he walked in nature, and so it relates to nature. The concern for nature, it's the state of the planet for all living beings, all the plants and all the different forms of life and growing animals and creatures and insects and birds and everything, and mountains, volcanoes and so on, volcanoes all around here. I think all this is really. This is really, really important, but in terms of being known for what, I would just hope that people can sort of read into it a bit that these are my concerns, and I think really to be accurate, I don't know how I can tell what the response is, but inside my head, my feeling is very much towards the respect for nature.